All right, guys, thanks so much for coming on tonight. I just wanted to do a Zoom because I just want to talk about a few things, and I just love staying connected with everybody. I know a lot of you guys I talk to on the daily, or whenever you guys need something, or whenever I need something, or whatever, right? So, um, honestly, you guys, I'm just excited about the rest of the year and going into 2019. I just wrote down a few things that I've been chatting with a lot of you about, and um, for me, I know like it's just being intentional every single day because we're not always going to be motivated. I know I was talking to one of my new distributors, and she was feeling like she was flustered. And I'm like, girl, you just started, right? So it's normal that sometimes we're not going to be motivated, right? It's just being disciplined with what we want. I know one of the girls today was saying how she has a girl on her team who wants to stop. And I was like, well, she just started, right? And a lot of people, before they're even learning, they get flustered, right? And it's normal. But I always say, and when I said to this girl, I asked her, I was like, well, what's your why? Because when you start this business, you guys, like, it's normal. Like, I have days sometimes and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this girl said she was going to join and this customer, and it's normal. Like, Alyssa and I had a good chat tonight and we were talking about, just, how people can be, right? And it can be frustrating sometimes because, you want that person to sign up or you want that person to run with their business, right? But not everyone's going to be that person, right? Not everybody's going to be, having that same goal as you, right? And it's okay because if every single person on the team worked, you guys, it just doesn't happen that way, right? So the cool thing is, you guys, is that you guys can promote to different ranks. I'm just gonna mute whoever iPhone is. I don't know who that is. The cool thing is, you guys, is that anybody can do this business. And then when people, sorry, I'm just muting a few of you. Thought I muted everybody. The cool thing is you guys, is that we can be our own runners, and then those who want to work with us, those who you work with, right? So, I mean, I have girls on my team who get on everything and, always have big goals and always want to, work with everybody. And then you have people who sometimes might join and it might take them a while, right? So don't feel frustrated with people. Just focus on where you are going and what you want. Don't wait around for promotions. I know I was chatting with one of you earlier. Oh, you're on here. And if you were running for a promotion, don't wait around for people. Like, don't, I know she had a good friend who started the business with her, and, she was upset that, her friend wasn't really working. And I said, you know what, if I waited around for people in my business, I would have been executive or Ruby for the rest of my life, which is nothing is wrong with executive or Ruby, but, you can't, depend on that one person if that's going to be the person for your promotion, right? So it's up to you. So, getting over your fears, getting over what people say, getting over just crap in your head. I know that holds a lot of people back sometimes, myself included sometimes. And I want you guys to know that, like I said, anyone can do this business. It's just making it a priority, right? It doesn't you don't have to spend 24 hours a day doing it. If you have an hour of committed time, and Alyssa and I were talking about this earlier, like if you have an hour of time, and whether you do like a power hour or you do 20 minutes throughout your day or whatever works for you, maybe you work full time, maybe you have kids, whatever, maybe you have both. The thing is, if you get into that habit of not doing those income producing activities, your team kind of will follow suit, right? So you want to make sure that you're bringing in distributors, right? You want to make sure that you're bringing in customers. And if you're not great at doing those things, you can change those things. I know my goal every single day is, I'm following up with potentials and new distributors and then helping my team. And, a third of your business is supposed to be working on you. Another third is building your team. Another third is helping your team and bringing in more people. Okay. So, if you are struggling with one of those areas, you can change what you're doing, but don't keep doing the same thing if it's not working. That's one thing I always say. Personal development, 80% of this business, you guys, is what's in our head. Sometimes we let people get to you. I mean, I had a situation the other day where I had this guy on one of my Facebook stories. He did like a laugh emoji, on like the stories. And I was like, oh, why is that jerk doing that, right? But then I was like, why? Why do I care, right? So it's like little things that can get to you, but then you get to a point where you just don't care. I usually don't even care. Sometimes I just get emotional about things and things will get to me, but honestly, it doesn't bother me. I just got a text message. That was funny. But you know what? Don't let people drag you down. Like, don't, you gotta really be tough in this business. And like, again, when I was saying to Alyssa, when I started this business, you guys, I had to make money and I had to make money quick. I think a lot of times people think like, I know one person on Robin's team said, "Oh, Tanis, people join you because you're successful and all this stuff." And I'm like, no, like people join me because I talk about the business every day. I talk about the opportunity every day. I talk about where I'm going every day. I talk about what this can do for your family, what this has done. There are some top recruiters in It Works, you guys, that are rubies. And then there's ambassadors who do nothing, right? So like, get over that thing. You can be a distributor executive ruby, and yes, thank you, Jen. I'm relatable. Well, people will always, people are going to be connected to your story, and that people are going to be more, they're going to be more connected to your struggles than your success. So yeah, sometimes I do talk about the income, but I always talk about how I was a struggling, mom. I still talk about how I struggle with my demons, my depression, my anxiety, because that's normal. That's me. And I'm never going to show that I'm like, that we're all these perfect people on Facebook and everything's just perfect. This business is a better way, you guys. And yeah, it can be frustrating sometimes because it's a relationship business, but it can also be really, really amazing. And don't wait around for people. Like I was saying, Alyssa and I were talking about that earlier. There's been people sometimes where you might have high hopes for someone and you really want to help them. And I've been there lots and lots of times, but maybe they're going through something, right? Maybe they're just not there yet and you need another Ruby, or you need something for your next promotion. You can sign up a rock star tomorrow. I was saying this to someone on the team, I think last week, like, if someone said to you right now, okay, I will give you $10,000 if you sign up 5 distributors this week, you would go and do it, right? Like, you would find a way, right? You would find a way. So, in that beginning, when you are really, whatever, if you're not where you are right now, if you're not where you want to be right now, like, it doesn't matter. You can change that. But don't worry about all the crap. Don't worry about like what's behind you, or, maybe you're frustrated with yourself. Maybe you get stressed out about stuff. I get stressed out about stuff too, you guys, and I was sharing that with Alyssa about things too. But then I have to realize that I determine my success. I can't depend on Sally Joe or Billy Bob, or I'm just making up names. But, the thing is that I think a lot of times people do that. And, the thing is, if I do my job and I'm bringing in customers and distributors, you don't have to bring in like 30 people every month. You don't. Some people do, and that's great. But like, when I joined this business, you guys, I got to Diamond really quick because I had to, like, I always ask people, like, what's your why? Like, if your why doesn't make you cry, and if your why isn't big, it's going to be easy to just kind of push your business off to the side, because this isn't a job, it's a business, right? So you go to a job. What happens if you don't show up at your job, or you don't show up for 2 weeks? You're probably not going to get paid, right? So in this business, it happens sometimes where people, show up at the end of the month and they wonder like, oh, well, why didn't I get paid much this month, right? So the thing with this business, you guys, it really, really does work. And, sure, you're not going to, I was joking around with Alyssa and I said, maybe you won't go ambassador next week. But, anyone can get to ambassador, anyone can get to diamond, anyone can do that. But honestly, you have to believe that you can do it, because that's the number one thing. I believed so much that I could do this, and I wanted to prove people wrong, and I really had to make money. Like, Jay and I were struggling bad, you guys. So maybe you're struggling, maybe you have a lot of debt like we did, or maybe you hate your job, or maybe you want to leave, and be home with your kids, or whatever it is. But like, the thing is that you have to get rid of the shit that weighs you down. You have to get rid of people in your life. I had to get rid of friends in my life that were just Debbie Downers. Like, Kara's smiling at me. But it's true, you guys. Like, you can't surround yourself around people who are just going nowhere in their life. They're going to like drag you down with them, you know? Surround yourself around people who have big goals. Surround yourself around people who are learning and growing and who read books and do personal development and want to be a better person. Like, to me, like, my goal is always to try and do better and be better. And like, sure, the income has changed our lives, but you know, like I said to Alyssa, my biggest goal, sure, is my next promotion, but my biggest goal is helping my team, because I want to see everybody win and make money. I mean, that's usually why people join a business, right? So, you know, promotions, when it comes down to promotions, it's a decision, you know. You can't wait till like the last week of the month and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this, right? Like, make a plan and like decide what you want. And like every single day, are you closer to that plan? And if you don't get there, it's okay. You have the next month, right? But I think so many people, you guys, I think wait on promotions or wait for things to happen. And I will tell you right now, like, promotions don't just happen. Whether you're going executive or presidential diamond or whatever it is, it's you have to be intentional. It's being consistent. I know we talk about this all the time. In any single thing in life, you have to be consistent if you want to be successful at it. You have to be coachable. You have to be willing to grow. There are some girls, you guys, on this team who love and want the help. And then there's some people who don't listen to anything and then they complain all the time. And those people probably aren't on the Zoom tonight, right? But the thing is, you guys, is that I want you guys to know that whether you're executive or Ruby and I'm presidential, we all go through the same things. I don't want you guys to think that people who get to higher ranks don't have to deal with frustrations from things, because we really do. It's just that, you know, it's learning how to adapt. It's learning how to grow through the process. Like, literally nothing really, I don't want to say upsets me. Nothing really gets to me anymore. Like, literally someone could send me a mean message right now and I would laugh, right? Because I don't really, I mean, message meaning if there was some troll on Facebook, right? Because I mean, I get that hardly anymore, but nothing really bothers me, because I've come to the point that in order to be great and do great things, whether it's in your business or your relationship or your life or anything, like, people are going to try and bring you down, or people are going to say mean things, or people are going to make fun of you. Like, we've all been there, I think. And that's just like any successful person, you guys goes through that. So I want you guys to know that that's normal. And like, when you get that thick skin and you don't worry what people think and you just focus on your team and you focus on what you want. And also, I was talking about this with Alyssa, like, you know, it's so cool that we're on a team where we need each other, you know, like, I need you guys. You guys need me. You know, your team needs you. You need them. Like, that's the beauty of this business. And when people come into this business and they really want to work together, and, you know, if you want to message me every single day, you know, if you want to focus on working with your team and helping them, like, honestly, like, do it, because your paycheck will go up, their paychecks will go up. But you have to be intentional. Don't just think it just happens, right? Work with those who want to work with you. There are some people, sorry, I need to have some water. There are some people, my Little Pony glass. Jay was drinking at it earlier. You guys, there are some people who come into this business and they don't understand the whole thing about teamwork, okay? Had to distance myself with certain people. Yeah. I'm so proud of you, Maria. Like, it's so true. Like, you have to get rid of the weight that holds you back in life, whether it's people staying in relationships that aren't good, whether it's, you know, a partner of theirs or friends or whatever. I had to let go of people in my life because they weren't aligned with what I wanted in my life, you know? Like, I reached up to my upline. I knew the income that she was making, and I was like, holy crap, like, how are you making $25,000, $30,000 a month? And I mean, I just listened to what she was doing. Like, this business, you guys, can be so duplicatable, and it's just you as a person. It's being consistent. It's putting yourself out there. It's really being, you know, raw and uncomfortable and being vulnerable. Yes, positive environment. It's everything, you guys. So that's a little bit about what I want to share. And then I know some of you guys, you want to ask me some questions. But I know some of you guys were talking about host to post and just building relationships. And honestly, you guys, I want to tell you right now, following up is everything. That's how I sign up all my distributors and customers. So if you're following up with people, you're going to sign up distributors and customers. But if you're not following up with people and just expecting them to like show up at your door, you're going to be waiting a while at your door. I'd say about 90% of the distributors I sign are all from following up, talking about the opportunity in my story every single day, growing my network. You have to grow your network. You never know who you're going to meet online. You could meet an ambassador, when your next, diamond or ambassador online. But you have to be intentional, right? Because this business is about growing you. It's about growing, who you are and your surroundings and your network. So it's super important. So did anyone want to ask anything? Because I just wanted to go over a few things. I know sometimes people, Cara. Oh, Cara. Hanny just messaged me. You guys are funny. Do you know what I'm talking about? I have on Instagram. I think I feel like I get weird people sometimes on Instagram.
Janice, you can't not share with everyone what Hanny asked you. It's kind of funny.
They asked me if I've ever gotten a dick pic. Oh gosh, that's gross. That's gross. I'm sorry I even said that. I think, but honestly, I focus more on women. I mean, if some guy sends me a weird message, I don't even open it. But yeah, does anyone have any questions? Because I just wanted to share a few things, because I know I talked with a few of you guys today, and you feel like, honestly, you guys, 80% of this business is all your mindset. And then if you're doing the things, like, it doesn't need to be like rocket science, right? It doesn't need to be like so hard. I think sometimes people overcomplicate things. Yeah, Cara, what's your question? Is it clean?
Promise. So you said that you share your story or an opportunity post like every single day. What's like an easy version for anyone that's new to kind of create their story, instead of like, because some people come from all different backgrounds.
For sure.
You knew right away what you wanted.
Well,
so
honestly, you want to be able to tell your story quickly and under, well, they say 2 minutes, but honestly under a minute. So I like to get people on the phone. I like to voice message people. But if I'm posting on social media, and it doesn't matter, you can be brand new and be talking about your story. And some people just don't do that. And make sure you're telling your story. Making sure you're not just going to some top leader and like copying and pasting, because it's not you, and people know that. Sorry, my face is getting so red with this light. So honestly, I would get people to write down a few reasons of why they joined, a few sentences of their why. So whether they're a mother, or whether they're in debt, or whether they want to leave their job, right? So say, Cara, like your example, I'll just say an example of someone. Okay, so say Sally Joe signed up and she really hates her job. She needs to make money and she's just sick of just being broke. So what I would say is, I just joined this business. I'm so excited. I want to use the products. I love helping people. I was sick of never getting ahead, and I'm so excited to help people. It doesn't have to be, I think over the years I change up my story, but it's still the same thing. Like, I still tell people, like, we were not in a good place. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I wanted more for my family. When I became a mom, everything changed. Like, you have to have a big why, and you don't have to be a mom, like, to have a big why. That was just my why. And, or maybe you want children down the line, or whatever it is down the road, or maybe you want to leave your job, or maybe you want to be in a situation like you guys. I have friends who have good jobs and could be let go tomorrow. So the cool thing about this business, you guys, is that whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of. Like, if you need to make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $30,000 a month, but it's being consistent. So Cara, honestly, I talk about the opportunity every single day, and I change up my wording. And another thing, you guys, is to really spend time on doing it properly. Like, don't be lazy with your posts. Take the time, even if it takes you a few minutes to put together. Don't just put up a post, oh, join my team, it's $20. Like, it will change your life, right? Like, people are joining you and your story and your struggle and how you are going to help them. Okay, so in network marketing, whatever business or company that people are doing, the more you share your story, the more lives you're going to change, the more money you're going to make. So if you're only telling one person a week, it's going to take you a long time. If you talk about it every single day and you are really connecting with people and you're really sharing the opportunity, you can start making money pretty quick, like really quick. I surpassed my old job income in 3.5 months, but I had to make money. And then 7.5, 8 months in, I was making 6 figures. A few months after that, I doubled it. 5 months after that, I doubled it. So anyone can do this. I just think a lot of times people don't do the things they need to be doing in order to, there's so many people who just aren't consistent. And if you're not consistent, you might as well just not even do this. And I'm very serious about that, because no one will take you serious if you're not consistent. I won't take you serious. I don't take people serious if they're not consistent. I take people serious who need this and want this, and they're really working hard and they want my help. Never chase people. People will show you what they want. You can't want it more for Sally Joe than, I don't know who Sally Joe is. I just made that name up. But you can't want it more for her than Sally Joe wants it for her. You don't know what her story is. You don't know what her struggle is. So people are going to join Sally Joe based on who she is, on what she wants, on where she's going. People want to join people who know where they're going. If you're putting up one post like once every 3 weeks, well, no one's going to join you. No one's going to buy from you. No one's going to support you. No one's going to give you referrals. But if you're really bold, people are drawn to people who know what they want, who are confident, who have big goals. Like, I love watching other entrepreneurs, even if they're not even in my business. Like, I have friends who do other businesses. Like, it's inspiring. And you guys, in this business, we're influencers. That's what we are. And the better you make yourself, you don't have to be perfect. You guys, there's girls on the team who literally just started and they're rocking it out. And like, I never compare people's journey, but like, anyone could do this. That's the thing. But we get in our own heads sometimes, and then people don't get consistent. They don't stay consistent. And, that's awesome, Jackie. Aunt Libby. Who's Aunt Libby? Now, honey, who's Aunt Libby? Or is that a joke? I don't know. Was that a joke, Aunt Libby? That's okay. Oh, Sally's great aunt. Okay. That's funny. Does anyone have any questions? Like, honestly, you guys, I think most people know what they need to do. Like, we literally have everything for everyone, what to do. And the whole battle is in our head and just doing it. But remember, your team needs you. Maybe you don't need to make whatever. Maybe you just join for some extra money. But think about the people on your team. Think about maybe what you need in a year from now. Think about your circumstances might change. I'm just saying that in general. Yes, Cara, I love your questions. I like when people talk to me.
Okay, so some people like to call you the closer. So what is it that you're doing differently than everybody else that you're able to help close other people's distributors or LCs and stuff?
The closer. Honestly, from day one, I just assume the sale. And even if I talk to the person and they just, because everyone's different that you talk to. I talk to some people sometimes and they're really like, closed-minded. And honestly, I just say to people, I'm like, what's holding you back? Or why aren't you doing this yet? Or why haven't you joined? Because I think so many times, I think people are scared to just ask people. Like, I just say, girl, let's do this. Like, come on, let's do this. And they need to hear that you're confident first before they're going to be confident. I see some of the messages that people send to people, and I wouldn't join some people after seeing some of the messages either. So a lot of the times, you guys, it's just our verbiage and what we say. But like if Joanna, I'm just using you as an example. If Joanna messages me and she's like, hey, like Tanis, like, do you want to join my team? I'm like, oh, okay, well, can you tell me why? And Joanna's like, oh, well, you don't have to, only if you want to. Like, you know, like obviously she's not going to say that, but like we had a girl on the team once, you guys, who literally, I saw her screenshot and it was like, yeah, if you don't want to join, it's okay. Like, and I was like, what? Like, why would you say that? Right? So I always tell people I want them to join. I want it for them, but I only want them to do it if they're ready. And like, I just assume that they're joining and I get excited. I'm just like, girl, let's do this, because people want to hear that you are confident about them joining. People want to hear that you're excited and you know what you're doing. And it doesn't matter, you can be brand new. And I mean, you guys, there's girls on the team who are new and they're signing up customers and distributors and don't feel like you need to know everything. Again, it's all a mindset thing. So honestly, Cara, I just assume the sale, and I just tell them, I'm like, girl, I'd love to do this with you. It's a compliment when you just tell people you want them to join. Message people, tell them you want them on your team, because it's a compliment. But you have to ask people. Like, don't wait around for people to come to you. You have to follow up with people, because most of the time people want you to follow up with them. You know, like I forget if I don't, if I'm supposed to order from someone and they don't follow up with me, I just forget. It's not that I don't want to buy a product from them. I literally just forget. So if they're not willing to follow up with me, they don't deserve my sale. They don't deserve me joining them, which I'm not joining obviously any other company. But if you're not going to follow up with people, like, why do you deserve their sale? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like people need to see products or a business like 7 to 14 times interaction. How do I start off talking to someone new? I honestly just build relationships with people. I won't just message some random person on Facebook and say, hey, do you want to buy a product from me? You know, honestly, Candace, that's okay. Chrissy, you're new. Candace, you're new. Honestly, a lot in the training is just how we connect with people, on social media, I will never just message someone and be like, hey, have you heard of It Works? Like, never do that. Never add people to online parties or events or pages or anything. You want to grow relationships with people, because it'll piss people off. Okay. So this business is all a relationship business, and you need to be talking about it. Like, whether you're in person and you're doing, one-on-ones or parties with people, or, connecting with people. Like in the beginning, I was doing a little bit, of everything and finding what worked for me. I love doing one-on-ones. I love doing parties. I still do online parties all the time. I'm always consistent on Facebook, whether it's like the worst day of my life or not. So you have to be consistent, because people are watching you. And if you're not consistent, people will not treat it seriously. They won't. Right. So we need to make sure that we're being serious about what we're doing, because then people are going to be like, oh, well, look what Chrissy's doing. What's that product she keeps talking about? What's this business that she's doing? She seems really into it. Like, oh, like this is interesting. Like, what does Jackie keep talking about this? Oh, Jackie had a party tonight. She must be really serious about this. So people are watching you. You have to give them something to watch. If you're not talking about it and you're just expecting them to you have to be really bold with people. They always say fortune favors the bold, so to speak. You have to be bold with this business. If you're close to Ruby or Emerald or Diamond, you just have to make it happen. Like, anyone can promote. Anyone can, promote to Executive or Ruby and, their first month or so. I know Nahani had someone who promoted to Ruby at a party once, and I mean, that's pretty incredible, right? But I think, you guys, a lot of times when we don't get there, we get this block in our head, and we're like, but if you think about it, you guys, if you have the chart out in front of you and you're like, okay, I need 3 people, and then I need another 2 for an executive, and then you just help them all, boom, there's your Ruby. But I think everyone looks at that and they're like, oh my gosh, all these people, I need to get all these distributors and customers. But no, you want to help everybody, right? Like, I know there was a bunch of online parties tonight and everybody working with each other and helping each other. And, and then when you have people come on your team, you want to do the same thing. And then those people help those people. And then those people help those people. And staying connected with your team. Don't wait till like the last few days of the month and then message them and be like, okay, girl, let's go. And then, because you need them for a promotion, right? Like you want to have that all planned out and work with those people, because a lot of you guys have been really close. A lot of you guys have your promotions happen, and a lot of you guys maybe just wait, and that's okay. But never wait for a promotion, because your team will probably start waiting with you. Years for now. Yes. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Jackie's saying when people message people, yeah. And honestly, those people just don't know what they're doing. I have some people sometimes who try and sell me It Works products. Like, they don't even like look on my page or anything, or join my team. And I'm like, okay, I'm already, and I'm nice to them. I'm like, girl, don't do that. And I do this. Yeah, I'm a presidential, like, and I don't want to make them feel stupid, but I would rather just help them, whether they're on my team. Obviously they're not on my team, right? But I would rather just point them in the right direction, even though it is frustrating and annoying. But yeah, like your purpose, you guys, your why is everything in this business. So honestly, Cara, like when people start in the beginning, I always ask them what their why is, because a lot of times people don't think about that, right? Like I don't need to know like every single detail of someone, why they joined, if they don't want to share that with me. But at the same time, if I know why they're joining and they're going through a tough day or something, or a tough week, and they message me, I'll be like, listen, Chrissy, you have a big why. Like, don't forget about that. And Chrissy will be like, you're right, Tanis. You're always right. No, I'm just joking. I'm not, but sometimes I am. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I love getting on Zooms and talking with you guys, because you guys have been doing this almost 4 years now. And I have literally been through it all. I've seen new people come in. I've seen people leave. I've seen people completely change their families' lives. I've seen people, retire themselves, their spouses, pay off all their debt, make this their full-time job, when some of them just join for extra money. So this business can change your life, but you have to and if you're not where you want to be at, or never compare yourself. That was another thing that Alyssa and I were talking about. Like, never compare yourself. Yeah, I wanted to be Ambassador Diamond by now, but I'm super grateful and happy where I am. And just because I'm not there yet, it doesn't mean I won't continue. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, because it is going to happen, and I know it's going to happen. And, my goal is to help my whole team promote. So yes, you have another question. Awesome. What's your question?
I know, sorry, I'm so full.
No, I like your questions. I'm gonna have a drink of my Little Pony.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it kind of goes with like I said, people calling you the closer. So we have the sneak peek page, and then so when we invite somebody onto that page, should we be following up with them that same night later? And like when you follow up with somebody and you say, let's chat tonight, what is it that you're following up with them? Like, just what are you asking them, kind of easing their mind or whatever?
Honestly, I feel like when I don't close someone, I am holding them back from changing their entire life. So that's the way you have to look at it. I think sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to follow up with her. What if she doesn't want to do this? I'm scared. But the thing is, if I'm not following up with that girl and she's going to be miserable in her life when I could be helping her, helping her whole family's situation and circumstances, then that's bad of me holding that back, right? So I won't typically message maybe that night. I'll give them a little bit of breathing room. That's another thing when the color personalities is important too. Knowing people's colors, because there are those people, you guys, like a lot of us on here are all different personalities, and I don't want to be that annoying person, but also remember that those people are on the sneak peek page for a reason. And it's up to us to help them, okay? So if we're not following up with those people, or anyone in general, we are holding back an opportunity that can change everything for them. So I'll typically message them the next day and say, hey girl, I'm so excited. Like, did you have any questions? Like, let's get you started. That's all I say.
That's good. a kind of question that goes with it, sorry.
Yeah,
is,
no.
if people just come out and say, hey, you know what, like, I looked at some stuff, you answer my questions, but I'm just not interested. Do you remove them from that page and give them some time and, like, you know, let them continue to watch your journey? Like, how long do you leave these people on the page?
You know what? I used to remove them, and now I leave them on the page. Because, I don't know, we say sneak peek and we leave them in for 48 hours. I mean, it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. If the person seems like a negative Nancy and I don't really, because, you know, you can be choosy who you have on your team. Don't be desperate and just trying to sign up everybody. I am very, very particular. Like, I want people to want to do this, and I'm not going to waste my time on someone who, not waste my time, but if they don't want to do it, why are they signing up, right? So I don't want to chase someone. I don't have time to chase people. I want people to want to do this because I know it's how it's changed my life, but it really depends on the person. If I think that the person's maybe just going through something and they're just not ready, I'll leave them on the page because honestly, people end up joining, whether it's in a month from now, a week, a year from now. So if they keep seeing the excitement, and I like our sneak peek page. I think it's nice that people see the community, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, but it's nice people seeing that there's that support, right? Because a lot of teams don't have that, you guys. A lot of teams don't have team pages or chats or groups or all that. So I know we talk about that a lot, but a lot of teams just don't. So I like people knowing that there is a family here if they want it. Because you guys, a lot of people join and they want to do their own thing, which is silly. But I always tell people if they want to lock arms with us and really run with us, they can make it to the top or whatever their goal is. So honestly, Cara, like, it depends on the person, but I always voice message them so they can hear my voice. I'm like, hey girl, let's do this. And if they don't respond, I won't keep messaging them, but maybe I'll say the next day, like, hey girl, like, is there something that's holding you back? Do you have any questions? I'm here to help. Like, I don't want to push them, like shove it down their throat, but maybe they're just busy. Because sometimes you guys, people are just busy and people freak out. Oh my gosh, she didn't reply to me. She didn't message me back. She doesn't like me. Like, oh, she's not joining. Like, when really, maybe they're just busy, right? So I think we really get in our head about, but like, we're just asking people to join. Like, it's a compliment. And if they've come to us or they're on the sneak peek, honestly, I feel like it's our responsibility to sign them up. Unless they just are going through something and it's just not the best time, because that happens sometimes too. But typically, don't just add people on the team page like without talking to them. I'm always making sure that it's okay that I add them, right? Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions? Sorry, I just had two people message me. But like, you know what? Like, honestly, you guys, you always should have potentials. Like, I know sometimes I talk to people and they're like, oh, I have no potentials. And I'm like, okay, well, you should be, right? Like, honestly, like, whether it's through social media or word of mouth, you know, the more people you're talking to, like, even if they don't sign up right away, they could sign up from a month from now. They could sign up in a year and be a top earner on your team. So I usually always follow up with people. I don't ever really stop connecting with people unless they've moved on, or maybe they just, I don't know, whatever. They're just negative Nancy's or whatever they are, right? So I typically will just always make sure that I'm following up with people and just being their friend and being kind to people and being there for them.
Another question.
Yeah.
You know that giveaway that you're doing for everyone for November?
Sorry, what?
You know the giveaway that you're doing for November, the $200 visa giveaway?
Yes.
For the host to post?
Yeah.
Is it like, it's just a draw that you're doing? So anyone who has a host to post, they post it on that page, like a screenshot of it, and that gets you like an entry?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understand.
Yeah, I'm going to do two of them.
Okay.
So everyone, like, the more you get in, I'm going to put everybody's name in. Yeah.
I'm just a little competitive, so I like to make sure I understand.
I know, that's awesome. I love that. I love contests. And, oh, you're home already. Okay. Hi. He's home. Okay. But yeah, like, honestly, you guys, this business is all a decision. It's a choice. It's deciding what we want. And it doesn't have to be hard, like it should be fun. And if it's not working for you, you need to change what you're doing, talk to your leader, ask for help, the team pages, be bold with people. And I know that's hard for some people. And you don't have to be like super red and do this business. Cause I was really red when I started, and I'm still red, but I am very yellow green too now. Right. So always adapt to your environment, to your goals, with the people around you, your team. Because remember, not everybody is the same personality or has the same goals. And I can't push Sally Joe if Sally Joe, isn't the same as Jen or Alyssa, right? Or Nahani. Like, everybody has different goals, So, and I was even talking about that tonight with someone that I was chatting with earlier. Like, I can't force someone and push someone to go to a certain promotion if they're not ready. That's not fair. And I have done that. So, not that I'm forcing them, that I push people sometimes because I believe in them and I want it for them, but they have to be ready for it. They have to be ready for that promotion, not just me like pushing them and making it happen. And a lot of times, you guys, like, if you are signing up distributors and you're not where you want to go, like, maybe you're not connecting with your distributors the best way, or maybe you're not, showing them what to do. And like, the thing is that us coaching them and helping them with their first post, it's fine to tag people and stuff, but like, think about how overwhelming it is. Okay. So if you have a new distributor who signed up, really help them get going with their first few posts, help them with verbiage, get them to show you screenshots of how they're talking to people, because it's easy for us to just say, oh, go put up a product post. Like, that's easy for me to go do that because I've been doing this forever. But, Bobby Sue or whoever, you like my names I'm picking, like, she's going to be like, Tanis, like, what the heck am I supposed to do? Right. And I know we have the post page and everything, but a lot of times people just aren't going to know what to do. And we're going to be sitting around being frustrated. Like, why isn't this person posting? Like, why isn't she doing anything? But maybe she's just overwhelmed and like thinks we're all crazy. Right. So, which people shouldn't, but like, not everybody joins and they want to learn everything right away. And they want to like have their hand held. They really need that help. Right. So that's another thing when I ask when people join, like, girl, like, what do you need me for? Like, what are your goals? Like, be really open with them, because this could be a long-term like business commitment with them. You guys could be top earners together on stage one day, like the two of you. So really take the time. And if the person isn't giving you, their time and energy and isn't really caring, like, it's okay. Like, don't chase them. That's one thing. Like, do not chase people, and you will find out quickly who wants to do it with you and who doesn't. I have some people who like never respond to me or talk to me. And then I have people who literally message me every day and want my help. So focus on the people who really want your help. Don't chase people. Because at the end of the day, you can't force anything on anyone. Like, they have to want it first. Gosh, I have so much hair everywhere. Jeez. Oh, does anyone have any questions? Cara, if you have another question, I'd love to hear from you. Glass break? I didn't hear any glass break. Chrissy said she heard glass break. I didn't. And I have supersonic hearing. Oh, Joanna heard it. I didn't hear anything. I don't know. Does anyone have any other questions? I just wanted to connect with you guys tonight. I appreciate those who get on. And again, you never have to be on anything. You never have to, but you guys, online parties are always great. I always recommend people to do them, but if you're new and, you haven't, I look back on my On This Day, even from like almost 4 years ago, and I was doing online parties like from day one. I never had an upline do them for me because I didn't have one and I had to figure it out. So honestly, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because it really pushed me to do things because I didn't have an upline to do things for me. So I think that has really helped me become just, self-sufficient. No one has to tell me to post every day. No one has to tell me to do those things because I just know that I need to do them in order to get results, right? So a lot of times if we're not doing, you're welcome, Amy. Love you. A lot of times, like, we're just not doing the things that are going to get us to what we want, right? And it's okay. Like, you can change anything today. That's the thing. Could you do one for me? What do you want me to do? I can do something for you. I just don't know what you want me to do. I'll do it though. Actually, I should find out what it is first. A party? Yeah, I can do a party for you. Online or in person? We can do both. We can do all of the above. Yeah, let's definitely do one. Tell me when you want to do one and we'll set it up. So yeah, honestly guys, it's just being committed, and even days you don't feel like doing things, you know, because you're not always going to be motivated, but you have to be disciplined and think of the big picture, right? Because there's girls who join this business, you guys, who just do a little bit every day and it adds up big time. But if what they're doing isn't working and they're not getting results, they should change what they're doing ASAP, right? But a little bit adds up every single day over time. So I will say that over and over again, but it's being consistent. You know, there is no secret sauce. It's learning, it's growing, it's talking to more people, it's asking people to join your team, it's helping your team. Like these $20 codes, you guys, are amazing. And your leaders want to help you with them. So, but for example, you guys, I had someone who wanted some $20 codes from me, and she's never done anything, right? So I'm not giving, like, that sounds mean, but she's never ever worked really her business. So you want to give those codes to people who are working their business, who have big goals and are really trying and working hard. Okay? Don't give codes away to people who are never consistent, have never gone on a Zoom in a year. Don't come to parties, because you want to focus on the people on your team who are working, right? Because some people just won't work, and that's okay. That's normal. So yeah, so just being intentional, being disciplined with your time and energy too, with your team. Your time is valuable. I've learned that. I've really learned that the past year. I had a really, really good year, you guys, in 2007. Well, my 2018 has still been good, but 2017, you guys, like, don't waste time and energy on people if they're not showing up, okay? People will show you, you show people how to treat you, okay? It's so important, and I learned that from one of my up leaders. Don't run around chasing someone. Don't chase Sarah if Sarah doesn't care. Go help out, you know, Candace and Abby, who are working really hard and need this, okay? And, you know, or that, you know, depressed new mom, or that, you know, couple who really needs the money and they're joining you and really needing the help. Like, help the people who need you. I will always help people who message me and are working hard and need this. But don't spend your time on people if they're not, you know, showing up. Personal development, you guys, even if you're spending like 10 to 15 minutes a day, your purpose, your why is everything. You need to know your why, okay? Whether it's your kids or your family, your debt, your future family, you know, your job, like whatever it is. You have to dig down deep as a business owner. We're not taught, like, we don't come learning, knowing what to do as a business owner. It's all learning and growing as a person. The more you're going to learn and grow as a person, the more income you're going to make, the more people you can influence. And it's not always going to be easy. I'll tell you that. I've had to really, you know, fight for, you know, promotions for this business, for, you know, what I want my income to be. And I will promise you it's always worth it, but it's not always going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Promotions, they don't just happen. You have to really work with your team and make them happen. Being consistent, intentional, and working with those who want to work with you, okay? So you can only build and grow a business with people who want to work and grow with you, okay? So don't chase Sarah. Work with, you know, Kaylee and Jen and Christy and Robin and the people who want to work, okay? That's one of the biggest things I'll always say, because I'm a big softie, and I sometimes waste time and energy on people who don't deserve my time and energy, and I don't have time for that anymore, because our team just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And focus on those who are showing up, okay? So does anyone have any last questions? And then I'll get this up. Geez, I talked for a long time. My pony cup. Cara, do you have any questions?
No, you answer them all. And if I come up with more, well, you'll just get a message.
Okay. I'm excited, you guys. I want you guys to know my why got bigger too. Like, so your life can change whether you have more kids or whether you have debt or you're in a situation that you need to get out of, or you're planning for your future or whatever that is, or maybe you have grown kids or whatever that is. So it's always reinventing yourself. It's adapting to whatever's going around you. Honestly, I will tell you right now, like nothing really phases me anymore with anything. I've really learned to be tough. You have to be. See, look at Joanna, you guys. You guys, Joanna, like just over a year ago. Joanna, do you want to share? Or I can talk, because I like to talk.
I can talk. Sorry, I was eating.
You're always eating on. I'm just joking. I love you. Okay.
It's because my dad brought home bread pudding.
Oh.
So I was eating it.
I've never had bread pudding.
But it's very yummy. Okay, sorry. I just have to. My mom took my ring off my finger because she needs to look at it. But okay, so I'll share my story. So a year ago, I was sitting at Tanis's. Well, probably it was over a year ago now, and we were doing our dream board night, and I had put on it a ring and a get married and a baby and new furniture and just like little things. And I have crossed off ring, get married, new furniture. We just bought a new house. Baby is in the future. So yeah, we'll see. But it was everything I had written down on the dream board, pretty much almost everything I've crossed off. So that's dream boards work. So I definitely say don't give up on dream boards. And if you don't have one, make one. Nothing that you put on it is too ridiculous. Yeah, I would just say definitely do that, because I never ever thought I would get married after the people I dated before. So things definitely happen and change when you change your mindset. 100%.
It's so true. And it's true. Like, it's like people, I think it's 85% of people who write things down, like things happen for them. Because you need to know what you want, right? Yes, let's do another dream board night. When do you want to do it? Whenever. Right now? I'm going to come over right now, Cara?
Well, I have to work tomorrow.
No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
But I mean, like, pick a time like you did last time. That was so much fun.
It was so much fun, and I have so much room now. It is so much fun, you guys. And I think people are like, oh, dream board, that's so lame. Like, I have my dream board above my desk downstairs, and sometimes people walk in my office, they're like, what? Like, what's on your dream board? And I'm like, because the big writing, it says $100,000 a month. And people are going to be like, oh my gosh, because like a lot of people don't even make that in a year, right? So, but if you don't write down your goals, I remember when I wanted to make $10,000 a month, then when I wanted to make $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, like you have to know what you want, or else how are you going to get anywhere? Like, if you don't know what you want, how are you going to make things happen? That's awesome. Like on your cover page or on your phone or anything, you have to and I remember where you were, Joanna, just over a year ago, and you were okay with, remember at first you're like, oh, if I don't find a guy, but the thing is that the law of attraction, you guys, is so real. Like, it's so real, and like how we talk to ourselves. And there's a girl on the team who I love her, and she's amazing. She's not on the Zoom right now, but like a lot of times she puts herself down. And I tell her, I'm like, you got to stop doing that. Like, you can't put yourself down. You can't say negative things to yourself. It's not healthy. It's not good. But yeah, I love that you shared that, Joanna. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, like if you believe that you can do it, you write it down, you make a plan, you know, it can happen for you, whether that's financial, family, house, whatever your goals are. But you have to have those goals written down. You need to be consistent. You need to know what you want. Surround yourself around people who are positive, inspiring. Don't surround yourself around Debbie Downers, because Lord knows we all have people like that in our lives, and you have to get away from people like that. They just drag you down. Okay? Surround yourself around people who you want, you know, that are going to lift you up higher and that are going to help you get to where you want to go. You know, it makes sense. Like, I am so obsessed with this business. I would much rather spend time with people on my team who I hardly know and help them make money than spend time with a friend of mine who's just complaining about her life. And I had a friend do that this morning. You guys, she called me and she started complaining. I just told her I had to go. I just couldn't listen to it. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I have a call. And I'm like, I gotta go. Have a good day. So like, I just couldn't listen to it, because listening to that is draining. And like, she's a great friend of mine, but she's always complaining about her life, and I don't need to hear that. So surround yourself around people and be around people who inspire you and have big goals and have big dreams, because I'm telling you guys, right, people are going to think you're crazy sometimes with this business, but the people who are crazy and the people who do big things are the ones who are crazy, right? Like, you know, any of us here can do big things with our lives. A lot of you guys already are. A lot of you guys are on your way, and, you know, nothing is too small, like, you know, or too big, sorry. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for being on. I appreciate it. And just remember, I know we talk a lot about, you know, just like mindset and being intentional and deciding what you want, but it's a huge part of the business. So, and just being connected, because, you know, whether you can be on a Zoom or not, I know a lot of people were busy tonight. It was last minute, and I get that. I can't get on everything that people have planned, and I don't expect you guys to. But like, this is you. This is your livelihood. This is your future. And, you know, I'm so excited for all you guys on here. A lot of you guys have big goals, and a lot of them are happening. So thank you guys for being on tonight. And a lot of you guys have really changed in the past few months, and I've seen it, and just like a lot of you guys have. And even Kaylee, I loved what you said today on the team page. Is that on the team page that you said about how just your whole shift and you're working, you know, with on your business, and just being like, I've seen you and Jen and Maria change so much, and just, you know, Joanna, Cara, and like so many of you, Nahani, and like Alyssa, and, you know, Jackie. I know we're, you know, you're brand new and everything, but Amy and Abby, like, you know, Trudy, like, you guys, a lot of you guys are really working so hard, and it shows, and a lot of you guys are doing things behind the scenes, and it's really great to see. So, Maria, love you, girl. Yeah, I'm always here, and I'll always be there for people who need this and want this. So if that's you, I'm here for you. So I want you guys to know that whatever you're going through or struggling through things, and you guys are always there for me. And so, yeah. But I hope you guys have a good night. And Trudy, we'll set up an online party for you. And anyone who else wants a party, we'll get that going. Is Thanksgiving on Thursday or Friday, Robin?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't invite me.
Sorry, I figured it was a little drive.
That was rude.
But probably about what? How many hours?
Oh, you guys, Robin has like a farm. A farm of animals everywhere. Oh, and the horsies. Do they miss me?
Yep, they do.
Well,
Babe does. Babe does.
I'm going to come visit them.
Anytime.
All right. I'll come tomorrow. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.